Hi everyone, I'm Simon from Roland and I'm here with the Cosmic crew to show you the new kits. And here I have the new TD-15KV, which is our flagship TD-15 kit. We have two versions, both of them have all mesh heads. We have the KV has a large floor tom and a large snare, and the smaller version, the TD-15K, has all mesh heads using the PDX8 and PDX6 pads. So also on the TD-15KV is the brand new sound engine, which, like the other TD series kits, now features Supernatural, which is our brand new technology that allows the drums to sound better, feel better, and be more responsive to play. So it's aware of how hard you're hitting, where you're hitting, and also the distance between the notes. For example, if I play a crash cymbal, if I play it faster, it knows to roll off the attack and make it sound more like a cymbal swell. A lot of electronic kits out there, and please go and try this yourself, but when you play a swell on a cymbal, it sounds like this, which is a double stroke. It's not the same thing as playing a swell on a cymbal. So that's part of the behavior modeling. It knows what you're playing and it adjusts to suit. Supernatural, as far as the way it feels to play on the snare, you'll find that you have not just one sound that plays back at different volume levels, but you have a range of different sounds you can get from the drum. So we have our tight snare roll sort of sound, rim shot sound. We also have acrostic sound. And it's responsive enough that you can actually play with your fingers. Try that on a lot of other electronic drums in the market. Basically, as quiet as I can play will trigger. There's a whole bunch of new drum kits in here. It's got basically all your kits you can just dial up with this quick drum kit button here. We've got 100 drum kits. All of them are adjustable as far as which sound is on which pad, but you can also tune them as well. So we have this little quick edit button here. We can hit the tuning, go into the snare tuning, adjust that down, adjust the toms up, bass drum down, so you can get exactly the sound you want. If we want the hi-hat to be a little bit bigger sounding, we might even want the hi-hat on top to be nice and bright sounding, but we want the one on the outside to be bigger, so we can do some interesting effects like. So we have two different zones here, and each one can have its own tuning and its own sound can be assigned as well. Inside the brain we also have things like the muffling. So if I have quite a ringy snare here, I can use the muffling to adjust the tightness of it. Same on the bass drum. And we can get a really dry snare sound. And then just by opening up the muffling, we've got our resonance back, which is pretty cool. Also the cymbals, you can also adjust the size of as well. So we go into the tuning section for the cymbals. So we might want it to sound like we have a 1-inch ride cymbal. You can do that just by tuning it all the way up, which can be pretty fun for getting a completely wild new drum sound. And we haven't actually changed the sound itself that's assigned to the cymbal there. We've just changed the tuning of it, which is a very powerful feature. You've got a lot of other different types of sounds on here. You've got things like vintage jazz kits with a sizzle on the ride cymbal. So this has rivets there. You can hear it sustaining the sound of the ride. When you put that in context, it can sound fantastic. So. Of course, I can choke the cymbals, can choke the hi-hat as well, so that's also part of the behavior side of it. It knows what I'm playing, it knows what I want to do, and it acts accordingly. There's lots of really good songs built in as well that you can change the tempo of and play along with. Lots of really out there electronic type kits, like this one, 4 on the Floor. some R&B stuff. R&B style kit. We've got some ring modulators, some weird stuff. So you can assign different sounds to the different parts of the kit, and you can also use the effects to really create a dramatically different sounding drum kit. We have a volume control in the front here, headphone out on the side, but now we can actually route the internal click just to the headphones if we want. So inside the settings, you can adjust it so it only comes out so the drummer on stage can hear it, but the audience will just hear the music, which is a completely new thing as well. So that the audience doesn't have to hear that you're using the click as a reference for the next song that's coming up. Also on the front panel, we have this new lit up dial, backlit dial. So this is used to show you when the drum's being played, but also it can reflect what the click's doing. So if you don't want to hear the click sound, but you want to see a timing reference, you can have it flashing so that you know to keep in time with the music, or you know what the next song tempo is going to be in the set. So it's designed for stage and for home practice, but it's very versatile as far as the routing goes of the click and the audio outputs. You also have a recording section in this as well, so I can go and select a kit, any of the kits, choose record, and start playing something that will record my ideas for me. I can play that back. I can change the drum kit sound and then play that recording back with a different drum sound to hear how it might sound. It's also really good if you want to record a sound check. So at the gig, you can actually just put it into record some bass drums, some snares, round the toms, play a bit of time. Play that back, and then go out the front and listen to how your drums sound. And for the first time, you can really hear how you're going to project yourself in the room, which is a fantastic thing and something you just cannot do on an acoustic drums. It also allows you to play that back, and the band can play, and you can listen to them playing along to your sound check while you're out the front listening with the sound engineer. So it allows you to know exactly how your sound is going to be for the gig, which is a fantastic feature of the recording function inside the kit. Of course, these recordings you can also save onto USB. We have a USB port in the top here for saving all of your settings and also all of your recordings, and a separate USB port which transmits MIDI and audio. So with just one USB lead, you can connect it directly to the computer, and you don't need a separate MIDI or audio interface anymore. So this becomes very easy to connect to programs like DT1, which is our new drum tutor software, and also FriendsJam, which is our free online music software that you can get from our website. On the side, we also have a couple of auxiliary expansion ports where you can add some more crash cymbals or ride cymbals if you want. You could even add a separate single bass drum if you like. Some people use double pedals. They will work fine with the KD9. That's our bass drum trigger down here with the mesh feeling head on it. So that will work with a double bass drum pedal. And you can also expand further with a separate bass drum if you like, plug that into the side and use two separate single bass drums. That can be really cool for if you want to set different pitches of the bass drums for each foot. I can adjust the tension of the heads to suit my playing style. I usually tune the first tom a bit higher and go down through the range until I get to the floor tom. You want the floor tom to be a little bit flappy feeling so it feels like an acoustic floor tom for a couple of reasons. The first one is obviously it feels more natural as you would have them tuned on your acoustic kit, but it also prevents you from playing really fast fiddly things on the floor tom where normally that instrument isn't designed to do that. So if you want to make sure you're playing the kit as a sort of legitimate acoustic style sounding kit, then you might want to tune it down the same as you would have on your acoustic kit to make it feel that way, and then it makes you play more like that style of playing. The ride cymbal is the CY13, which is a three-way cymbal. So I have my bell sound, bow and edge, and my crash has a two-way. So I have two different sounds I can set for the crash cymbal. Any of the drums can be set to be hi-hats if I want, and then they'll be operated from the hi-hat pedal as well. So it's a very powerful and flexible kit, supernatural built in, lots of capabilities to edit and save your settings. That's the TD-15KV. And like I said before, there's also a TD-15K version, which again is all mesh and has the same sound engine, but has a hi-hat mounted to the rack, which is our CY8 hi-hat, and that's also available at a slightly lower price than the TD-15KV. Go and check it out at Cosmic and buy it online at cosmic.com.au. Thanks for listening.